The book of 2nd Chronicles is a powerful story. It tells us about the kings who ruled the southern kingdom of Judah. It is not just a history book that lists facts and dates. Instead, it is a story with a very important message for God's people. The writer wants to show us something simple, but profound. When the leaders and the people seek God, their nation finds life and blessing. But when they turn away from God and forget His ways, their nation faces trouble and ruin. This central idea is repeated again and again, like a steady drumbeat throughout the entire narrative, calling the community to remember its true identity and vocation. At the very heart of this long and detailed story is a special building, the Temple in Jerusalem. This was not just any building, it was the house of God, the place where heaven and earth met. The temple was the center of worship for the people of Judah. It was the place where they could come to pray, to offer sacrifices, and to remember God's promises. The health of the temple often showed the health of the nation. When the temple was clean and full of worshipers, the kingdom was usually strong. When the temple was ignored, filled with false gods, the kingdom was weak and in danger. It was the visible symbol of God's presence among them. The book begins with the glorious reign of King Solomon, the wise ruler who built this magnificent temple. It then follows the long line of kings who came after him. Some of these kings were good. They followed God's laws, cleaned the temple, and led the people in true worship. During their reigns, the nation experienced peace and victory. Other kings were bad. They worshipped idols, led the people astray, ignored God's prophets. Their reigns were marked by defeat, suffering, and disaster. The story of 2 Chronicles opens with King Solomon, the son of the great King David. Solomon's reign, a golden age for Israel. The first thing we learn, his deep desire for wisdom. He asks God, not for riches, not for long life, but for wisdom to lead God's people well. God is pleased with this request. God gives Solomon incredible wisdom. He also gives him immense wealth and honor. This shows a foundational truth. When we put God and His purposes first, He provides what we need. Solomon's fame spreads across the nations. His greatest achievement, building the temple in Jerusalem. Solomon poured in his wisdom, his wealth, his resources, to build a house for God. The temple, breathtaking beauty, made from the finest stone, cedar wood, and pure gold. It wasn't just an impressive building, it was the nation's central place to meet their Creator and King, a physical anchor for their spiritual life. He prayed a long, beautiful prayer, asking God to hear His people's prayers whenever they turned toward this holy place. He asked God to forgive them when they sinned and repented. As Solomon finished praying, something miraculous happened. Fire came down from heaven and consumed the offerings. The glorious presence of the Lord filled the temple, a powerful sign. God accepted their offering and would dwell among His people. But there's a quiet warning in the story. God appears to Solomon again and reminds him of the covenant. He promises blessing to Solomon and his descendants if they remain faithful. But He warns, if they turn away and worship other gods, He will destroy the temple and send the people into exile. After Solomon's death, the kingdom of Israel was tragically split into 2 parts. The book of 2 Chronicles focuses almost exclusively on Judah, David's line and the temple's home. The story becomes a repetitive cycle of kings. Each king faced the same choice: seek the Lord, or forsake Him. The answer determined the nation's fate. Rehoboam started well, but abandoned God's law, and invaders plundered the temple's treasures. Wicked Ahaz shut the temple and filled Jerusalem with altars to foreign gods. Under unfaithful kings, Judah suffered defeat and turmoil. In contrast, Asa, Jehoshaphat, Hezekiah, and Josiah chose faithfulness, tearing down idols, cleansing the temple, and calling people back to worship. Seeking God brought peace, prosperity, and security, a living sermon for every generation. The story of King Asa in 2 Chronicles shows the theme clearly. Asa became king when Judah was filled with idolatry. He did what was good and right in the eyes of the Lord. He removed foreign altars and high places, commanded the people to seek the Lord and obey His commands. Because of Asa's faithfulness, the land was quiet for 10 years. He fortified the cities with walls and towers. Then a massive army came. Asa was outnumbered. Lord, there is no one like You to help the powerless against the mighty. Help us, Lord our God, for we rely on You. God gave a miraculous victory. If you seek Him, He will be found by you. King Jehoshaphat, who reigned after Asa, is a hero of faith. He continued reforms, sending officials and priests to teach God's law. Neighboring nations feared God was with him and brought tribute.
Terrified, he proclaimed a fast, gathered Judah at the temple and prayed, "We do not know what to do, but our eyes are on You."
God said, "Do not be afraid, the battle is not yours, but God's." Singers went ahead, praising God's holiness. The enemy destroyed one another. Judah arrived to victory without fighting. Under Ahaz, Judah collapsed, the temple was shut. In his first month, Hezekiah restored the temple and called leaders to consecrate themselves. He invited all to celebrate Passover. Many mocked, but a humble few came. Worship, confession, offerings, and teaching filled Jerusalem with joy for days. Later Assyria came to destroy them, but in a single night God struck the invaders. Jerusalem was saved. After Hezekiah, Judah fell again into sin, but a bright light arose. Young King Josiah. He sought the God of David while still a teenager. He cleansed the land of everything that dishonored the Lord. In repairing the temple, Hezekiah found the book of the law. Hearing it, Josiah was horrified and tore his robes. He gathered all the people, renewed the covenant, and pledged to obey with all his heart and soul. He led a Passover like none since Samuel. As long as he lived, the people did not turn away. Despite reforms, later kings did evil and scorned God's messengers. They polluted the temple. Their rebellion became complete. God brought Babylon. They besieged and broke the walls. They looted treasures large and small, burned the temple and palaces, and leveled Jerusalem. Survivors were taken to Babylon. The promised land lay desolate. Well, it was devastating. The story of 2 Chronicles could have ended in ashes, but it doesn't. Exile was discipline, a time for the land to rest and for lessons to be learned. After 70 years, God moved Cyrus of Persia. He announced, "The Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has appointed me to build a temple for him at Jerusalem in Judah. Any of his people among you may go up, and may the Lord their God be with them." The book ends with a command, a permission, and a promise, the dawning of new hope. And finally, the Bible verse, "If my people, who are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and will heal their land." 2 Chronicles 7:14. Kings, temple, and revival, a call to return, to worship, and to hope. May we seek him with all our heart,